Hi there, this is Just a Girl in Camas, and I am here today with an exciting interview for you. There's been a lot of talk about where I am brewing, and I'm going to clue you in. I am here with Aaron Smith. Hi, Aaron.
Hello.
Hello. He is the principal here at the Griffin campus. And if you haven't heard of the Griffin campus, it's actually not Sky Ridge, not Liberty. It's the Griffin campus up by Sharp here in Camas, and we're going to call it the new PBL middle school right now. It's project based learning.
That's right.
That's right. And I have to say, I've really been wanting to do this interview. I have an eighth grader at Skyridge, so I've been through the middle school process. I have a fifth grader at Grass Valley that's coming into middle school. And I heard about this new idea forming in this new school that was going to be here. And I thought, what is it? Is it a different way? Is it kind of scooting out of regular middle school? Is it super alternative? What is this project based learning campus you have up here?
Well, in a nutshell,
If you can.
yeah, sure. Well, Jeff Snell, our current superintendent, and I started talking about doing a middle school program a number of years ago. At the time, I was just thinking more of a hands-on type of experience.
Hmm.
And then when the community came together and started looking at potential bond projects, and then ultimately we went with building a smaller high school program focused on project-based learning.
Hmm.
One thing led to another. We got an incredible deal on this facility and this acreage, and it just gave us an opportunity to build a middle school program much sooner than we thought. And essentially, what we're doing is taking real world problems and giving kids an opportunity to dive deeper and
Hmm.
to solve problems using the same standards as the students at our other middle schools, but going deeper, working in teams on success skills like
Cool.
collaboration and communication.
Hmm.
And, it's just really exciting because ultimately, if we take the world of work and the world of school
Hmm.
and real,
Real world problems.
real world problems and bring it all
Hey, it's
together,
real.
yeah, then we have a much higher level of engagement and relevance for kids. So that's what we're trying to do. We have, it's not, we are not, what we're doing at Skyridge and Liberty, there's some elements of this happening there as well.
Hmm.
We're just going a bit deeper into it and
Hmm.
making it a larger focus. And it's exciting because the world has changed a lot since you and I were in school, and
I
what we're
know.
trying to do is to
I
really
know.
replicate that. And as you can see, this is a much different environment, and it has been a lot of fun, and we're really excited.
Yeah, well, I have to say, so I came in and Aaron gave me a tour, and I'm going to be honest, you turn up like you're coming into Sharp
Yeah.
because there's no sign yet. I'm assuming, is that coming?
Yeah.
A sign down there.
Yeah.
So you kind of turn at the Sharp and you drive up, beautiful trees, and you wind your way up here.
Mm-hmm.
And Sharp does still have a building up here, but this other building that I walked into and Aaron led me up the stairs, and I'm kind of like, it feels officey. We came up into this huge area that is divided into wonderful areas. And even though it's big, it's cozy and it's colorful. And there's all these neat ideas written on the wall. There's all this different furniture. There's art projects sitting around. And it's got a good vibe to it. I have to say, right off the bat, I was taken by it.
Oh, well, good. We had our students last spring. There was a team at Skyridge and at Liberty, and it was one of our first projects where the kids help us reimagine this huge room and how it could be used. So some of the colors and the furniture were, ideas from our kids, including, the name Griffin, which is a combination of a bird and a lion. So we've got the hawks and the lions combined together. So they are really owning the space, and every day there's more and more student work up around. So um, I'm glad you like it because we like it too.
I love it. So, one thing that I think is wonderful, and I know people hear me, I love Camas, I love Camas. But the first thing I thought about when I heard this idea is that we are all not the same. You're not the same as myself, as another person, and we learn very differently. And sometimes when you're put in a certain box of how to learn or do a project or complete an assignment, that can be hard for some kids. How have you seen kids grow in here and learn to think differently and learn differently?
Well, ultimately, I think that project-based learning is great for all kinds of kids, but we definitely have some students who have admitted they're like, I have a hard time working in groups. I prefer to work alone. But the feedback that we're getting from them is that they're appreciating the chance to do that. For example, in seventh grade today, they were using their collaboration rubrics and meeting with their teachers and getting peer feedback, etc. So it's really pretty powerful. It is, there are some students who prefer a more traditional approach and going from subject to subject and hour to hour, and that works great for them because, like I said, we are doing project and group work in our other schools. But for kids who really enjoy to see those connections and to have that integration and to infuse some art into it and just have a chance to go deeper, it's a great fit. So
It's really neat.
yeah.
It's something awesome to offer. To give you a little bit of background, though, if you don't have a child in school or they're already past the middle school point in life. So, right now, you just have sixth and seventh graders, and it was an application to get into the school, right? Go ahead.
Yes, that's correct. So we weren't sure what the level of interest was going to be. To be honest, it was a pretty short timeline. We didn't own the building until the end of June, and then but we started the staff selection and professional development for them last year, and with the hopes that this would all come to fruition. And we wanted to start with a small team of sixth graders. We have 56 sixth
Okay.
graders and 56 seventh graders.
Oh,
We
56.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have 112 students
Okay.
this year. And so the application process was just interest only. We feel very strongly that this is open to any student.
Great.
And we weren't sure if we'd have to use a lottery system the first year, but we did. We had about 198 families apply for a
Great.
spot, and we had 112 spots. So next year we'll add an eighth grade team and maybe adding additional staff to sixth and seventh grade as well to grow the program.
Okay, awesome. Well, I think that's very exciting news as you continue to grow here. And I'm sure that it just sounds like I was talking to one of the teachers before the interview, and I just said, is it true that it can look this fun in here and seem like they're having such a good time and the teachers are enjoying it? And they're like, it is true. We're here. They love coming here and they love using this. I'm assuming you're every day kind of getting new ideas and ways to do things and meeting the state standards and bringing it all together.
Yeah, exactly. Because ultimately, the standards are at the core of what we're doing. We're just approaching it in a different way. But considering it's our first year, the kids have been starting with some small projects. Starting on October 24th, they're going to launch into one of their larger projects yet. We're actually working with a local parent and community member who's been doing design thinking and training for 30 years. And so we're going to do a design thinking training with our
Cool.
sixth and seventh graders to help them launch into some of their first projects. What was the question?
I don't know. I think I was just giving you one of my deep
yeah.
thoughts. I don't know that it was.
The standards. Yeah, so the standards are at the
Those
core
standards.
of what we're doing. They'll still be assessed on those, but just approached a bit differently. But being our first year, we're still also doing some traditional instruction as well. For example, in math, we just tweaked how we're approaching math recently. So we have two primary groups, and they get direct instruction every day with some blended online learning as well through iReady, where the teachers then take a
know
look
what
at how
iReady
they're
is.
doing and they create specific playlists for each student. So it is a mix of traditional, a mix of online, and a mix of project-based learning, but we're learning every day for sure.
I love it. Well, one thing I want to say is I know you a little bit from my daughter being at Skyridge, but I feel like I know you more from I hear your name from several parents and teachers, and you're thought of very highly in the school district. And I don't think they could have had anyone better come in with love for kids and a passion for education to do this school and start it up. So I want to say hats off to you.
Thank
And
you.
yeah.
I was one of those students who enjoyed seeing the connections and enjoyed doing something, building something, taking something apart. And so it's a passion of mine, and I've always been a bit of an out of the box thinker. And I've been working in middle schools for over 20 years now, and I feel so fortunate to have landed here in Camas and there's just been a tremendous amount of support from the administration and parents and kids. And we're just getting started, and we're really excited for the future, not only of this program, but then for the high school. I'm the planning principal for the Project-Based Learning High School as well, which is now being built on this campus. And
Exciting.
the kids are really excited about it.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like quite an adventure in front of you.
It is,
Yeah.
but we're up for it.
That's great. Well, I have to say I've enjoyed my time here today. There are some amazing teachers that I fell in love with at Skyridge, and there's been a little mix of pulling from each school, and they've put together quite a great crew here. If you have a child going into middle school, lucky you. This is a really neat opportunity, and I'm just wowed all the time by the awesome opportunities that our kids have here in Camas, because it's something really that we're blessed with and should be very grateful for. So thank you for your time today. I
You're
really
welcome.
appreciated
Thanks
it.
for coming.
Yeah. And I hope this gave you a little bit of an insight into this great middle school up here. And there will be more to come. I'm going to touch base either at the end of the school year and see how things went, or we might touch base in the beginning and see where you're going to start next year.
Awesome. And if you want to learn more, you can go to www.pblcamas.com.
Awesome. All right. Well, this is Alicia King with Aaron Smith, Just a Girl in Camas. Thank you.